then.
Vito and Hempstead.
Hey, buddy, you're on Cat Daddy and his Pete Squirrel. Who are we talking to again?
How you doing? This is Vito calling from Hempstead, New York.
Hey, Vito.
Hey,
how you
Vito,
feeling
how are
about
you?
this Giants shake-up with...
Listen to me.
Please.
Listen to me. This is all I'm concerned with right now.
Okay.
Is I'm calling up my jeweler, and I'm figuring out what my Giants Super Bowl pinky ring is going to look like. That's all I'm thinking about. The Giants made the smartest move in the history of football. They're starting an Italian-American.
Dude, how the hell are they not at Giant Stadium putting Ziti on the fucking menu?
I mean...
It's
Vito,
crazy.
I mean, they're 2-8 right now, Vito.
Yeah, but who cares?
Here's you guys with your numbers, your analytics. What do you know what I mean? It's enough already with the numbers. Here's all you got to know. This is why everything's about to turn around.
Okay.
I got a cousin who does commercial plumbing in North Jersey. Okay, here's a little secret for you. All in North Jersey, all the water, lead. 85, 90% lead. All right? You got a kid, Tommy DeVito, who's born and raised in the area. He's immunized. He's vaccinated against the lead poisoning, if you will. Why do you think Daniel Jones was a piece of shit? Daniel Jones, he went to Duke. Ooh, he's a brainiac. Listen, we're not trying to take the SAT here. We're trying to win a fucking Super Bowl.
Sure.
All right? So Daniel Jones was too smart. He couldn't handle the brain damage from the lead poisoned water.
Always going back to that lead poisoning.
And if I gotta prove my point even further, who's the last great Giants quarterback who won 2 fucking Super Bowls?
Eli Manning.
He looked like a guy who ate a few lead paint chips in his day, don't you think?
Absolutely. That guy was eating pencils for breakfast.
Sure.
That
He
kid
had
is...
lead in the brain.
I like his little smile.
He was boiling pencils like pasta and eating it like linguine. He was. He had the mental state.
As insane as this take is, though, I mean, I've had lead in my life, and it really rocks you. So if you're able to, become immune to the water in the area, and you're able to lead a football team, there's a good chance that this 2-8 could be, 10. This team could be a 10-8 football team with DeVito at the helm. And I don't think, Vito, you're absolutely incorrect.
We're talking about an Italian-American. He's gonna have a few connections. He's gonna make a few phone calls to Roger Goodell, say, extend the season 10, 11 games. They're gonna add games to the schedule so Tommy can get a fair shot. He's gonna win about 18 and 19 and take the team to the Super Bowl this year.
I thought Jaden Daniels was going to get a horse head in his bed or something. I thought that might help. Maybe a little bit
Listen, Jaden Daniels, get the kid a fucking steak sandwich or something. He's going to blow away in the wind, the kid. He's 118 pounds.
He is soaking wet, perhaps. No, seriously, that guy needs you get him a cheeseburger. But Tommy DeVito, this guy, and his agent. I mean, obviously, you have a little bit of intel on his agent. I wonder.
Did you go to high school with his agent, Vito? I feel like you guys all went to school together.
I did not exactly go to high school.
Fair enough.
I will say.
Date a sister or something?
His agent has tremendous business acumen. He was educated by the streets, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Again,
boombots.
No, I definitely like where your head's at on this move by the Giants and the whole organization, and maybe Dable's out next, and they bring in Steve Mariucci. What do you think about that?
The Mooch, we love the Mooch. Bring him in. They will speak to each other exclusively in Godfather and Godfather 2 quotes. And they will only understand each other. So no one will steal the signals.
You do not go to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that.
But, I mean, option number 1 for the future head coach of the Giants, Rick Pitino. Obviously, you got to get Pitino.
I like that.
Sports, he's already in Queens at St. John's. You get Pitino. That's another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Super Bowls.
The ladies of the night are going to be hanging around that locker room.
Now, Vito,
Pitino's good at that.
Oh, forget about it.
Vito, I don't like to open up old... Go ahead.
Pizza Squirrel and the Rat, we're going to Atlantic City.
Absolutely. Double down on 11.
Put it in your calendar.
Now listen, I don't want to open up old wounds, but how do you feel about the Giants getting rid of Saquon Barkley?
You know, he didn't have loyalty. That's all there is. He won. Oh, you want to go for $26 million guaranteed? There's no loyalty in the game anymore.
Sure.
All right.
No, absolutely.
Why don't you play a few more years with the Giants? Get hit behind the line of scrimmage 46 times a game. It'll make a man out of you.
No,
all right. You don't need to go the Philly just so you can win games. It's called loyalty.
Dude, this
fair.
is hands down the realest, most accurate phone call in the history of Cat Daddy and the Pizza Squirrel.
He's calling
You're
it like he
shooting
sees it.
from the hip,
He
Vito.
calls it like he sees it.
Come on!
Hey, Vito from Hempstead. You're on Cat Daddy and the Pizza Squirrel. How you doing, buddy?
Blessed to be with you boys. I've been better, but it's good to hear your voices. I tell you that much.
Absolutely. I know it's been a tough week for you. Things didn't really go exactly the way you planned.
No, but it went the way somebody planned. Let me tell you, that's clearly what happened here. That was the case.
Talk about God?
Yeah, what's going on, Vito?
I'm not talking about the Lord. I'm talking about dark forces. All right, there's dark forces at play.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to endanger your life, but what dark forces are we talking about?
Listen to me. When what date did the football game happen on? November 22nd?
Yeah.
Same day they shot JFK. All right? I'm saying it was a conspiracy.
It wasn't November 22nd, though, Vito.
It was around
Close
there,
enough.
though. Close enough. Exactly.
There's a couple leap years involved. They changed the date, but it was the same. It was the same way they killed JFK, who was the Irish Frank Sinatra.
Sure.
That's how they took down the greatest quarterback in the league.
You're cutting out a little bit. I think it might be the CIA tapping your lines right now.
That could be the FBI. That's Secret Service.
My lines have been tapped for years by the police department and the Hempstead Public Library.
Fair enough. We don't have to get into that.
Thought they waged war against me when I brought a calzone in there, and they banned me. So I took a bunch of books with me. They want them back. Long story short.
You should certainly be able to bring in a Stromboli.
So Vito, these dark forces that we speak about, is this Roger Goodell? Is this front office? Is this the refs? Can we get a little in depth here? Being a little, yeah. Sorry.
So my paisan, the Pizza Squirrel, you mentioned the refs, all right? And listen to me. I don't want to say anything disrespectful about law enforcement, but refs are cops.
Yep.
Refs are the police officers on the field, and let's be honest, the police discriminate against Italian Americans.
And Canadians, and Italian Canadians.
Italians are the only ethnic group who are discriminated against by the police. Now, I got.
Well, I think the African American community might have something to say about that, Vito.
Well, that's a whole other kettle of fish. Let me tell you, we can talk about that off the phone.
Sure.
You never know if Nancy Pelosi's listening.
Absolutely.
But here's what happened. All right, the refs, and again, I mean no disrespect to the police officers. I've forced my second wife to get a Blue Lives Matter tattoo when we took our vows. And what that means is if she makes love to a police officer, it does not count as infidelity. And I will not put her in a traditional Italian shame cabinet.
That's nice of you.
But,
are you guys still married?
Well, we'll see. We'll see by the end of this week. I don't know. It's day by day over here.
Sure. Thanksgiving's can be tough.
It's tough. They're tough. Thanksgiving's the heat's on there. Yeah. Do you have
He should.
I'm sorry, Vito. Do you think maybe now that the cobwebs are out for cutlets, he's going to rebound? Because Thanksgiving's a lot of eyeballs are on you. On Thanksgiving, you're playing a rival team, the America's team, if you will. So an Italian American against America's team. What do you think?
As long as he gets a good meal in before the game, he's going to get a couple of meatballs, a couple of stuffed shells, a couple of stuffed mushrooms. He's going to be all right.
Sure. It's a 4:30 game.
I mean, because that's all right. Italians, we eat Thanksgiving dinner at 10 a.m.
Sure.
We start him early, but he's recovering because his offensive line, they betrayed him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Like
look at
Jesus.
the tape, exactly like the disciple, like the piece of shit Judas, they stopped blocking for the kid. They let him get murdered in the backfield.
Yeah.
And now they want him to go back out there and save him again. I don't think so.
Well, I think if there's blocking and the team comes together and they gels, it could be a little Italian feast. If you will. Maybe it'll feel like Columbus Day.
Speaking of, nothing. The Columbus Day is the high holiday of the Italian heritage, but okay. But
sure.
Speaking of the team coming together, all right, it's not going to happen if guys like Malik Neighbors or whatever his name is, they're opening their mouth after the game. Shut your mouth and catch the ball. Malik.
Well, don't you think that could maybe galvanize the team? Him speaking up? No?
I'm a little bit offended by your use of that word because I don't know what it means. But I believe that's the process that contractors do to screws or something, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the deal with the Giants right now.
Uh-huh.
They gotta cut Malik Neighbors today. Neighbors is out. You got to evict
one of their best
Neighbors.
players.
Here's what. So what does he do? Right, he catches the ball. Mm-hmm. That's his job. Catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Who's better? We got a replacement for him already lined up. You tell me this. Who's better at catching the ball, Malik Neighbors or 4-time Gold Glove winner Anthony Rizzo?
Rizzo is a big boy.
Bring in Rizzo, replace Neighbors. He's going to score 4 touchdowns a game, no problem.
Yeah, he might not have that foot speed, but you could tell that his hands are just as good. And they probably have chemistry. Just being 2 Italian boys, it'll probably just help out.
That is true. Now, I can tell you're just a little down this week. I would like to try to lift your spirits up a little bit. I mean, you've been a bit of an internet sensation. The clips on Instagram and the TikTok are really blowing up, and a lot of people are a big fan of you.
I'm already organizing. I'm organizing a celebrity boxing match. Me versus all of the Costco family, all at once. I'm going to fight the dad. I'm going to fight the kids, and then I'm going to fight the Rizzler. The Rizzler is
I want
not
you to
a
fight
child,
the Rizzler.
by the way.
Yeah.
I know the Rizzler's family personally. He is not a child. He was a grown man with a condition.
It's like a Hezbollah thing?
He just looks like that.
It's like a Hezbollah thing.
I didn't mean to get into politics, but
sure.
He's a small man, and I will crush him with a right hand like Rocky Marciano.
I would pay to see that.
Undefeated heavyweight champion of all time.
Sure, rest in peace. So anyway, your first clip really everybody loved is the lead in the water and all that stuff. You're kind of getting a lot of shit online for your take on Saquon. I'm just going to pull one comment from the Saquon Barkley loyalty clip.
Oh, here we go.
240bravo.mm said, front office showed they didn't give 2 Fs about him. The loyalty excuse is pathetic. Loyalty is earned. Just admit they effed up letting him go. Your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, counterpoint. How about I come to your house with a bat and break your fucking leg? How is that?
You can't argue that. Everybody has a plan until they're hitting the legs with a Louisville Slugger, is what I believe they said.
You want it? That's what I say. You want to be in the comments? I'll put you in the cement. All right? A pair of cement shoes have you at the bottom of the river. If you want to argue, we can take it all the way there. I don't do typing. My fingers are too fat to type on the computer. I handle business with my fists.
All right.
Oh, Vito, unbelievable. The line is always open for you.
Before we let you go, and I mean, please, anytime you want. You got any Thanksgiving plans?
God bless you, boys. I started cooking Thanksgiving dinner about 4 days ago. We got a couple of 100-pound bags of flour delivered straight from Italy, so we can make a proper Thanksgiving pasta. And,
I'm sure it's delicious.
My niece is sculpting a Mary on the half-shell statue. The face is Donald Trump, and that is going to be our centerpiece this year on the Thanksgiving table. So it's going to be a very blessed occasion.
I hope no police are over, and I hope you have a great
rub it
holiday.
3 times, and hopefully we get those Giants a W. Okay, Vito, you're a great guy.
I love the police, but they're also all crooks. I love you, boys.
Okay.
God bless both of you, Rat and Chipmunk. You guys are terrific.
Thank you very much, sir. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Always a treat to have Vito Cole. You never.
I know. You listen, man.
It's a mixed bag of nuts with Vito, though. Sometimes you never know when he's going to just.
I listen.
Flip.
Obviously, he's a controversial guy.
Yeah.
But anytime I interview him, I feel like the 2 black dudes interviewing Haktua in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, the show could just be called Vito from Hempstead at this point. I mean,
he has phenomenal
he's
takes,
a very entertaining man.
Didn't think his first take about how Italian Americans are treated a little poorly on the field was too off. It happens in multiple sports.